Yo, what's up guys, this is Jonathan from TechTeachers, and Apple launched the iPhone XS, the XS Max and the XR, and today in this video we're going to be talking about the iPhone XR. And just in case if you're wondering where is the iPhone XS and the XS Max video, then I've made a separate video on that, card to which will be mentioned here or somewhere in the description. So without much ado, let's roll the intro. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do it right now by hitting the subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. So Apple calls the iPhone XR a budget iPhone. Supposedly a $749 phone is a budget phone. Okay, let's keep that aside. And the iPhone XR is in many ways a successor to the iPhone 8, which it is. So let's start with the display. So the iPhone XR comes with a 6.1 inches, 828 into 1792 pixels, which is a 19.5:9, similar to the iPhone XS and the XS Max. And it has a 326 pixel per inch density. Yes, I'll let that sink in for a moment. And Apple calls it a liquid retina display, which is just a fancy new name of calling it a HD plus display. And so people complaining about the full HD plus OLED display on a $500 OnePlus 6, this is an answer. Also, the build quality takes a hit as it has a front and rear scratch resistant glass, not the strongest glass used on the iPhone XS and XS Max. Also, this iPhone XR comes with a 7000 series aluminum frame, unlike stainless steel found on the iPhone XS and the XS Max. But again, at least it comes with the IP67 rating, dust and water resistance. But yeah, it's IP67 compared to IP68 found on the iPhone XS and the XS Max. But some things are similar, which like the iOS 12, which is same on both of or three of the iPhones. Also A12 Bionic chip, which is also the same found on the iPhone XS Max, XS and the iPhone XR with those Apple 4-core GPU and all that stuff. And if you want to know more about the Apple A12 and iOS 12, then card to which is mentioned here. Yeah, I'm just redirecting you to iPhone XS and XS Max video. And let's actually talk about camera now, as the main camera on the iPhone XR is the same shooter as the iPhone XS and the XS Max, which is a 12 megapixel f1.8 camera, a 28mm wide angle lens with 1.4 micron pixel size, optical image stabilization and face detection autofocus. It also has this quad LED dual tone flash with HDR for photo and panorama. Also, this can also shoot 4K 60fps video with the options to 24 and 30. Also a 1080p 30, 60, 120 and 240 frames per second slow motion video HDR, and also this one has a stereo sound recording as well as stereo sound playback support. The front camera is also the same as the iPhone XS and the XS Max, like a 7 megapixel f2.2 camera with a 32mm wide angle lens and an HDR, and the video for the front is also limited to 1080p 60fps, which is great. And one thing funny worth noting is that iPhone XR can also do all those portrait mode and portrait lighting stuff that you can do on the iPhone XS and the XS Max with a single lens with the help of a software. And last year Apple had to go with dual camera just to include portrait mode on the iPhone X, and that's actually funny. Also, the fact that iPhone XR comes with just 3 gigs of RAM when compared to 4 found on the iPhone XS and the XS Max just kind of puts me off, but again, that's enough for an iDevice. Also, one thing great on the iPhone XR and is better than the iPhone XS and the XS Max is that it has 1.5 hour better battery life when compared to iPhone 8 Plus, which in itself was legend. And yeah, this iPhone XR also comes with this dual SIM functionality, wherein one is a eSIM and one is a physical SIM that you can add. And again, in India, only Airtel and Jio support the eSIM, so you have to use eSIM on either of these options, or you can use a physical SIM for your secondary SIM, which is great again, because at least you have now the option to add a dual SIM in an iPhone, unlike previous generations. And speaking of which, the base variant of the iPhone XR starts at $749 for the 64 gigs variant, which is 76,900 rupees here in India, and the next variant, which is $799, which costs 81,900 rupees for the 128 gigs variant, and the highest end variant of the iPhone XR is priced at $899, which is 91,900, and which has 256 gigs of storage. So still it is less than the iPhone XS and the XS Max base variant. But again, the Galaxy Note 9's pricing here in India is cheaper than that of the base variant of the iPhone XR, which costs 76,900 for the 64 gigs variant of the iPhone XR, whereas the Galaxy Note 9 is priced for around 70,000 for the 128 gigs of inbuilt storage with expandability. So I don't think iPhone XR is a direct competitor to the Galaxy Note 9, because Galaxy Note 9 is in many ways way ahead of the iPhone XR, like that Quad HD AMOLED display when compared to just an HD plus LCD one found on the iPhone XR. But again, in other ways like price, iPhones generally like iPhone XR or even the iPhone XS and the XS Max are way ahead of the Galaxy Note 9, at least here in India. So yeah, this is all you need to know about the iPhone XR, the XS and the XS Max. So are you excited about the iPhones, the latest iPhones from Apple, or you also think that they are overpriced, extremely overpriced, at least here in India? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that pretty much winds up the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you did and feel like the one who's privileged to have an awesome supporting audience like you feeling, make sure to crack that like button. But if you thought this video sucked, you better know what to do. But if you loved it and want to see more such awesome videos dropping at least twice a week, then it's no better time than hit subscribe button. And yeah, do this to make sure you get notified whenever we upload a new video. And then this has been your Jonathan from TechTeachers, reminding you to check out my previous video, for which the links can be found somewhere on the screen or in the description section below. And then thanks for watching.